So let's say you keep doing good, but people take you for granted. Should you give up? Well, that's what we're gonna dive into in this video, so stay tuned. Welcome back to Just a Verse. My name is Bridget, and I pick just a verse from the Bible, elaborate on it, and support it with instances, stories, and experiences. So we're gonna jump right into the verse of the day. So we're gonna be working on Galatians chapter 6, verse 9. And it says, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." So like always, I'm gonna give a brief summary of that chapter, like the few verses before the 9. So in the beginning, Paul was telling the Galatians that if we see someone doing a wrong thing, they should just go ahead and warn the person, but they should make sure that they do not fall into sin, right? Then he talked about helping each other with problems. He also talked about receiving instructions in word and sharing with the instructor. He also talked about how a man reaps what he sows, and he also talked about doing good to everyone. So that's when it came to verse 9, which is about not becoming weary in doing good, which that's the verse that we're going to be working on. Now, what does that verse mean? So we know that doing good means doing what God wants us to do, right? Such as, obeying his word in the Bible, like, being patient, being kind, loving, all of that is like, doing good, like following the instructions in the Bible. That's doing good, right? And then also doing what's morally right, like doing what's right in general, that's also doing good. And also just like doing good deeds. And reaping a harvest means blessings, right? Such as maybe protection, favor, provisions, and all those blessings, right? So now we could understand that verse as if we keep doing good, keep doing what's right, we're gonna get blessings, but we're gonna go deeper to explain that verse. So in this video, we're gonna focus on the importance of doing good and what are some ways that could help you remain doing good. Because I know that it's not always easy to do good or remain a good person, right? This was 3 years ago. So I was going to work, right, from campus. And I used to take the school loop. It was a bus, but we used to call it the loop, right? So I used to take it to work. And this time it was on the weekend. Usually on the weekends, the loop runs like every hour, right? So the bus was supposed to depart at 12 p.m. But it actually came around 12:25. So we got on the loop. So when we were all waiting, like, okay, so now the drivers should now, like, we should now depart, right? So we realized that the driver was still, like, he wasn't moving. So I guess some of the students started asking, like, oh, are you going to move? And then he said, no, he's not going to move because I guess the bus before him was late, like he wasn't on time. So it just put the other drivers behind. So he said he wanted to wait exactly when it's one to depart so that it comes back to the normal schedule. So people didn't understand because we were all like, it's not our fault. So people were mad. And some of the students were like, nah, F out of here. Like, no, like, we should move. Like, why are you still there? It's not our fault. Like, we need to be at work. Everybody was just yelling and angry. So I was sitting there like, wow, like, I can't believe it. So am I really going to be late for work? So everybody was just yelling. The driver was just like, no, he doesn't care. Even if you yell, he's not leaving. I was just like, you know what? Even though I'm not really agreeing with the driver, but you know what? let me do what's right. Let me be patient and do what God will want me to do, right? So I went to him and I said, okay, sir, I really understand the fact that the lube before you was late, but right now we're all going to work. If you leave at 1, we're all gonna be late. So I said, so can you please leave now? Like, I do apologize for everything that went on, but can you please leave now? People of God, it did not even take me a minute. He said, okay, and departed. If I yelled at him, you see, we would have still been there. But I decided that, you know what? I'm going to be patient. I'm going to do what God wants me to do and talk to him calmly. And as soon as I talked to him, we left. That is the importance of doing good. Like, that really touched my heart. And that was when I really discerned the importance of, doing good, or, just having a good character in general, right? Yeah. So now I usually hear, people saying that you're tired of doing good or being a good person because people take them for granted, right? And they tend to say that they're not gonna remain being good. Like, it's hard, especially if you're being treated unfairly. Like, how could you even remain good if you're being treated unfairly? So I'm gonna show how we could even remain doing good even in situations when we're being treated unfairly. Let's just say you have a friend, right? And with this friend, like, all the time, this friend just disrespects you. Like, this friend talks to you anyhow, they look down at you. So even if there's an opinion needed, right? And then you're just sharing you just suggesting something, this friend would just be like, oh, be quiet, or just try to make you feel, just trying to diminish you, right? So someone will probably say, in situations like that, I need to show the person that I do not play. So she would go up to her friend and just be like, you're not gonna talk to me like that. Like, I'm about to punch you. So I know that it's usually hard when people treat you unfairly, but even in situations like that, right? You have someone that's disrespecting you, you can tell them very calmly, like, hey, I just don't like the way I'm being treated. Like, I really respect you, so I really prefer that reciprocally you would treat me respectfully, mutually, something like that, like very calmly, And if that person just keeps disrespecting you, so now you could just distance you away from this person, but not like being bitter or anything. You see this person, you say hi, and then just distance yourself. That way you're no longer gonna be treated unfairly, right? Now, what is the harvest that this person could reap in a situation like that? So we do see that even if somebody was watching you too, that person would have so much respect for this person. That person would just be like, wow, this person handled this situation so much better. So even if this person have an opportunity or an organization or something that would be beneficial to the person with the good character, right? He will be offered with that opportunity in no second because of the way that he handled that situation. But if he did the contrary and this person was yelling and stuff like that, probably people that are watching would just be like, wow, this person is so immature. So we do see that there's so many harvests that you could reap for doing good, and one of it could just be like favor, like I said, like, being well respected and being favored. And another one could be if someone is cheating you, right? Let's just say maybe you're at work and then you always help like your coworker with the work. They don't really understand their work, so at times you do like help out. So now this person is now taking you for granted because this person realizes that you're really helpful. So the next day he would just come and just be like, oh, something hit my back, so can you please help me with the work because I'm not functioning right. The next day, my head is hurting, so can you help me. So all the time you just helping this person, helping out. But for some reason, you helping him is also leaving your work behind. How do you handle a situation like that? Do you go up to the person and start saying that, nah, like, you know what, you need to stop and start yelling and all of that? Or like, how would you handle a situation like that? And even in situations like that too, even though it's hard to remain good, but we still have to be good. We're not gonna go yell and curse and all those stuff, right? You could just like talk to the person. You just talk to the person calmly, and the person keeps doing it. Like, hey, again, the person didn't listen. Yeah, you could still talk to the person calmly, like, hey, okay, I realize that still you're not changing this cheating habit. I will keep you in prayer so that you change this cheating habit of yours. Just calmly, nicely. So just let the person know that, what the person is doing is not right, but you are there to help the person when the person actually needs help. You see, that situation is solved peacefully just by doing good. And for that, we could see that the benefits or the blessings that you could receive could be even similar to the first one. Somebody watching and just admire the way that you handle that whole situation. Like, wow, this person is really helpful. And on top of that, he handled that situation really well. So if there's like anything, like any opportunity, because of your character, because of your good character, you're gonna be offered. So it's actually really important to do good. Even if you're being treated unfairly, you could still remain doing good in situations like these. So now we do see the importance of doing good. So just keep doing good. If you're helping people, just keep doing good no matter the circumstance. Even if you feel like you're not being treated well, do not give up. Because in that verse, Galatians chapter 6 verses 9, it says that at the proper time you will reap a harvest. And from the experiences and the instances that I proved, right, we do see that we do reap a harvest when we keep doing good. So just keep doing good. Do not give up, because if you do the contrary, we're not going to reap any harvest. But if we do what's right, it's never going to be fruitless. We will reap a harvest. So even if it's hard, even if you feel like you're being taken for granted, we do see that no matter what, we should remain doing good, because we will reap a harvest and God sees you. And we know that even if we keep being good, we are closer to heaven. And that's the greatest harvest that we could ever reap. So let's remain doing good, as now that we have seen the importance. So we do see that even if we are taken for granted, we still have to remain doing good, because if we remain doing good at the proper time, we will reap a harvest. We will receive our blessings from God. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it helped you. Like always, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and see you when I upload my next video.